So I got a Facebook friend request from my biological mother, whom I've never met, ever. There she was on my computer screen, a picture of a 54-year-old woman with long dark hair who looked like she'd lived 5 or 10 lives in those 5.5 decades. She looked rough, but in some ways as innocent as a child. Her eyes were familiar, but nothing else really. I could see low self-esteem and regret in them immediately. How does one radiate low self-esteem and regret in a thumbnail-sized profile picture? Looking at her now, I know that everything I thought would have been different about my childhood if I'd been raised by her would in fact have been so. Growing up, I was surrounded by a supportive network of role model type adults who were appropriately involved in their children's lives. They were in the bleachers at basketball games, straightening collars and ties at the 8th grade graduation ceremony, serving salad with dinner every night. This was my experience. Meanwhile, this woman was traveling from town to town and man to man, probably thinking she'd figure it out this time or she'd get it right this time, but she obviously hadn't figured it out or gotten it right. I felt sympathy for her. I wanted to reach through the screen and grab her face and say, "You can do more than this. You can be okay." But it isn't that easy, is it? This woman, who is 19 years older than me, seemed childlike. If I'd grown up in the trailer parks and apartments with my birth mom, everything would be different now. Instead, my sister and I were removed from our parents when I was 6 months old and she was 2. There was neglect, a little more than recreational drug use, and a general lack of supervision. Our parents were teens. They had been raised right, but they also loved to party. It happens in the best families. Neither of them had been raised in a trailer, much less a single wide. I'm certain I would not be where I am right this very moment without the gracious parents who didn't have to raise me but did. It isn't all about who raises you, though. While I've never met my birth mom, I did, however, know my dad. He was around, kind of like a brother or an uncle, and I thought he was so freaking cool. He was a combination of Luke Duke from The Dukes of Hazzard, the TV show, not the really bad remake, and Hank Williams Jr., or as Daddy called him, Bocephus. He drank a lot, always won the beer drinking contest at the local Lutheran church's Oktoberfest, had 3-wheelers, smoked a little pot, and dated trashy women. You can see why I thought he was so cool, right? Then, one summer day in 1989, the summer before I started 8th grade, my dad was struck by lightning and killed. This brother, uncle, daddy, hero, role model of mine was gone. So, in his honor, I started drinking in 8th grade. Then my senior year of high school, I started smoking pot. Then my freshman year of college, I tried a lot of other much worse drugs and behaviors, but those things weren't in my dad's honor. Those drugs were about addiction, which I battled for years until I hit a really terrible bottom, and I realized I had been raised better than that. 6 years ago, I finally cleaned up. I got sober because I did not want to be that woman full of low self-esteem and regret at 54. I want to be a woman who is full of life and energy and amazing experiences. I want to be a woman that is a great mom and a successful businesswoman and an expert at something and an athlete. I want to be a good, caring friend. I want to be beautiful and not tired looking. It was difficult, but I turned down this woman's friend request and I sent her a nice note saying, someday maybe we'd meet, but it would not be on Facebook. And I wished her the best. I don't know where she is now, and I do care. I want her to be happy, joyous, and free, the same way I want everyone to be happy, joyous, and free. But she isn't my mother. My mother is Pat, and she raised me to know that I should listen to my mother when she says, don't do drugs, and listen to my mother when she says, you're capable of more. And listen to your mother when she says, stick with the winners. And listen to your mother when she says, everything happens for a reason. And listen to your mother when she says, what does not kill us will make us stronger. And listen to your mother when she says, I love you. And listen to your mother, even if she's not the one who gave birth to you.